3, 2, 1. Hello, my name is Jaelle Dyer. I attend Springfield Central High School, and I've been part of video production for 4 years since my freshman year. And I want to end this whole season, this whole school year off, and just tell you guys and run through my whole 4 years I've been here from start to finish. I just want to display the ups and downs, the trials and tribulations, and everything, because all that shaped who I am today, and it shaped my whole high school journey and the process and experience that it was for me. I like to say that it's the foundation, because you're just transferring from middle school, something which is different, to high school. My middle school was Nutty Montessori. It was a school that stemmed from preschool all the way up to 8th grade. And my 8th grade year, I actually never really got to experience it personally in school because of COVID. So COVID in the process of 7th grade, so I had to finish off my 7th grade online, and I continued to do 8th grade via Zoom. So that's how my middle school year ended off. So I didn't really get the experience to be an 8th grader, which obviously going to high school was a bigger change. It's more just people your age now, especially for me, since I went to a school that provided grades from kindergarten to 8th grade. Now in high school, it just stems from 9th grade to 12th grade. So you're just around people, older people, the whole time, and which wasn't a big deal, but since I am coming from a different type of middle school where it wasn't strictly just middle school, it was a little bit different. So my freshman year, I would say, was the most boring year, but also slightly exciting, because I was just now coming from middle school, as I said, so everything was really new to me. Just learning how to navigate the hallways of Central and having my new schedule. I would actually either take a picture of my schedule and put it on my phone lock screen, and this was before we had like Yonder pouches. This was just when we were just living, we had phones, like we were able to do stuff like that. I would definitely say the first 2 years of my journey through high school was definitely the most fun, and my last 2 years, junior and senior year, was the least fun. Freshman year, I was just focused on getting my classes done. I had almost all AP classes except for some film classes like gym or electives. And some core memories I can say from that year is my friend group that I had in history. History was one of the most, I wouldn't say the most funnest class, but it was definitely one of my most memorable because of the friends that I made in there and the people that I had. It was chemistry. That was also another class I took that was kind of memorable for me. I had my own, had my own little group that year. It definitely wasn't the most fun, but it was something to get me started off with for high school.
So my name is Kayla. I met Jaelle freshman year, and we were kind of a mess. We would just sit in Mr. Linehan's class and laugh hysterically in the corner. He was so sick of us. I remember we made a Facebook group chat, and because Jaelle got her phone taken away, and we had to communicate on the computer through Facebook group chat. And we would be trying to hang out with Jaelle, and she would have her phone taken like all the time for no reason. And ever since then, I was like, yeah, she's funny, she's cool. We were close. One time she had to write a whole essay to her mom to get her phone back. And we were like, Jaelle, what is going on? Like, actually, I don't know what was going on that year, but Jaelle was so funny, because like, why is it that serious that you need to write an essay to get your phone back?
This year, for my freshman year, I was going in between doing volleyball and cheer. So I wanted to do both, but obviously I can't because they're both at the same season. Before even going into high school, I attended summer workouts available for people that were coming to high school or people who were already in high school, just so I could meet people, maybe find some friends before going into like actually starting school. Cause I know it's like always nerve-wracking when you're transferring from one thing you're used to another thing you're not really used to. So I definitely did that, and also just to, I wanted to work out, especially if I wanted to do volleyball or cheer. I did end up trying out for cheer, and I did get in. I made the team. I ended up being on JV that year though, which was fine. I wasn't expecting to be on varsity just yet, only because I never really had that much experience with cheer besides doing gymnastics. But cheer was definitely something that I wanted to do in high school, and I did do that. So freshman year, I attended a lot of football games. People I was friends with, I might not be friends with now. People who I was close with might have drifted away, but that's life, it happens. The freshman year was definitely my foundation year. Now, sophomore year, I would say is my most favorite year and most memorable year. That year was, I would say, the most funnest year. We had so many events going on. We had pep rallies, all sorts of fun stuff that the school does not do anymore, really. This year, I tried out for cheer again. And these are just some clips of my tryouts, because tryouts were usually on my birthday when we came back to school. So special. I got balloons and I got cake. But this time I made comp.
Now somebody, anybody, everybody scream!
There's squirrels in my pants!
That girl's got some serious squirrels in her pants.
There's squirrels!
Competition cheer, where you just, you compete with other cheerleaders from other schools, and obviously made a varsity since I was on comp, which was something that was exciting. This year, as well as last year, I was a base, where I was the one doing the lifting, and I always wanted to be a flyer, so this year I took it as my goal to try and achieve that. That was always something I wanted to do. I loved the flying part. I didn't mind doing basing, but flying was something that I really wanted to do, and I took that upon myself to try and do that this year.
These are my minions. I don't know their names. I don't want to know their names. They are known as Chanel number 2.
Chanel number 3.
Chanel number 5.
I'm Chanel number 1, obvi.
So over the summer, from my freshman year to sophomore year, my coach at the time did have cheer workouts, and me and this girl named Jaelle were the only 2 people that showed up at the time. So later on, some more people showed up, but she would make us run laps and just really prepare for next season for comp, and just in general prepare. I remember throwing up because I ran so much. I never ran that much before. We ran like the Blunt Park track, and to me, that track is way larger than the school track, in my opinion. So we had to run a mile for that. We also had to practice because for the tryouts, this year was different. Every year it got a little bit harder, because this was like, my coach wasn't playing no games. Like, she wasn't playing no games. Like, she wanted the best people on the floor. For this year, cheer tryouts that year was on my birthday. So I remember having my nails done, and then I'm pretty sure some of them broke along the midst of the tryouts. But the tryouts were a little bit more extreme this year. And yeah, cheer is something that I might talk about this a lot, just because it was a main part of my school career. First of all, we practiced more cheers and made up some more cheers. Also, this girl named Jaelle, we did partake in cheer together last year, but we weren't really close. in freshman year. I met her my freshman year, but we never really talked until we had one class together, and it was art, and we both hated art because we both couldn't do art.
My name is Julie Key Washington. I met Jaelle in art class. That was a really foggy time for me, but from what I remember, we didn't talk at first at all. We just knew each other from like cheer. And then one random day in art, we had got a new teacher, Miss Linehan. We both didn't like her, so that's how we started talking, because we didn't like Miss Linehan. But shout out to Miss Linehan. We love her now. And then from there, we just started talking more, and then we actually talked at cheer practice now.
Like, we both weren't creative, so, but I feel like I have potential to do everything. So I was able to do some art, which I would help her with, and we kind of just like, I don't know, I low-key feel like we bonded over that class, and that class was also memorable class because that's where I kind of met someone that I am still close to this day.
Then we started cheer, and then that was just like a bunch of lore and fights and makeups.
Back to what I was saying, me and Julie were the only ones that did the summer workout. So while we were there, I felt like I was putting in a lot of work, and my coach, I guess, agreed with me because she said that year I would be able to do flying potentially. I remember the first time she let me try to do flying, and I was like, oh, because I was so surprised. Like, I didn't think like she was actually like would let me do it, because I know there were other girls that had more experience than me, but let me do it. And from there I just kept progressing, and I became a flyer.
1, 2, dip. Okay. Well done.
That was one of the highlights. I remember we had a pep rally, and we did like all sorts of dances and whatnot. But I will say sophomore year was the most eventful. Like I said, we had pep rallies. Pep rallies are really fun. We would just perform a dance, and the grades would compete against each other for certain things. We would sing a song and stuff like that. I thought it was really fun. And these are just some more clips from the pep rally, and just some other stuff that we did for our school. We did a powder puff game where the boys were the cheerleaders and the girls were the football players. So we did fun stuff like that, and here's just some more clips to show it.
Are you ready? 1, 2, 3 down. What? Infinity!
And furthermore, since sophomore year is like, okay, like you're already used to the school, so now you're just trying out new stuff. I did try to do dance class, and I actually do not like dancing, even though I did do dance, and when I was like 12. I just thought I wouldn't like it, and I actually ended up liking it. It was me, Jaelle, and my friend Jazz that I met that year in that class, and it actually didn't turn out to be bad. Oh, and Nisha. And I think because they were there, it wasn't that bad, because I actually did not think I was in like that class. But in that class, we ended up creating this iconic video, Hurricane Katrina. It came out really good, and honestly, I think it came out so good that the teacher, Miss Linehan, actually still plays to this day. I remember walking in the hall when she said, hey, like, we're showing your video today, you enjoyed the video today, and yeah, they still play it today. People actually remake the video as well for the class, because it was like an assignment. It was like, pick something you're interested in and like do a dance based off of it. So that video we made was pretty iconic. I could
The Hurricane Katrina!
Here comes the hurricane. Here comes the hurricane. Here comes the hurricane. Here comes the hurricane.
On my command, relinquish control. Give me your body. Surrender your soul.
What?
This is DJ Mike
What?
Production.
Katrina. Now coming to the place just causing a storm. Oh my stars, the hurricane born. Oh so sweet, what a treat. Katrina made you jump to your feet. Just like a cat, scratch attack. Just like this, get back. Everybody move back, watch the hurricane storm and fucking attack.
Yeah, it's still been playing to this day. It's like one of the examples that she uses. I hope she continues to use it after I leave and after we leave. Yeah, that's pretty fun. Cheer though, there was one point in time where cheer started getting really hectic, and one day we had already been complaining about comp because like our stunts weren't making it, like our stunts weren't getting up there like they should have been. Some people were actually overwhelmed. I remember one of my friends in comp would like kind of cry because she had other stuff at home going on, and then comp was kind of taking a toll because we would have regular practice to like 2:30 to 4, and we would immediately go after school, get dressed in the girls' locker room, and then go to practice and roll out the mats. And we hated rolling those mats out. The mats were so hard to roll out, but we would do that. And then after regular game day practice, we would have comp practice, and that would be from like 4 to 6, and then we would get home. And a lot of people didn't want to do it, so we came together all one day after school, getting ready to go there. There was like this little table we used to always like be at, like in the front of the foyer of the school, and we all were just like, all right, like we're going to practice type thing. And we were all just like, dang, like I really don't want to go today.
We were all outside, but this was before comp practice. We were all outside, like the main door is kind of like, they used to have a table back in the day over there. And we were just all grouped up at the table, like we didn't even plan this. And we were just like, dang, we don't want to go. Because it was just so exhausting. Like our coach, she was basically like a big sister at that point. Like she would storm out the room, she would get mad, she would like, it was just, one time she made us run laps because she was mad. Like literally, it was like in the middle of summer, it was hot, like I'm trying to eat. I remember this because it was like dumb early in the morning. I think it was like a Saturday practice. I'm trying to eat my pancakes. And she's like, I don't know why you're eating those pancakes. You guys are about to run. I was like, what? Like, we did, no lie, we probably did about like 15 laps that day. And it was so awkward because we had like these little shorts on. The football players were playing in the thing, just looking at us get yelled at, watching us run in circles. It was so embarrassing. Like, it was like a humiliation ritual. But back to the comp.
And we all were just like, if one of y'all quits, like, we can all just not do it.
So we were all up there and we're just like, we don't want to do it. Like, please save us. So then some girl happens to walk through the doors and she's like, what are you guys doing? Like, you just sitting there. And we're like, we don't want to go. And she's like, I don't want to go either. And then we're like, why don't we just quit? Like, it was not even planned.
I said I want to turn this into the burn book, but our coach definitely had favoritism, and that was all starting to show in comp. So we were just like, we don't want to do it anymore.
Our coach, she had her literal favorites. Her favorites were like 3 particular girls, and the 3 particular girls looked the same way as well. And she would just listen to everything that they said. Like, if they did something, it would be like they didn't do it. If we had said anything to them, we would be reprimanded about it. Anything they asked for, they basically got. Like, rhythm kind of comes with race. So the babies, they didn't like when we did stomp and shake cheer because, you know, you have to like have some rhythm. You have to have confidence. You have to have facials. You have to have like, you know, presence. And one of the babies was like, why do we keep doing stomp and shake? Like, we never do traditional anymore. Mind you, we're a minority school. We don't want to see traditional cheer with claps and motions and all that. So that set us back like 1,000 years because we were actually starting to get good with cheer. Like, principals started noticing us. They started caring about the cheer team again. Like, nobody cared about the cheer team at all. Like, they brought us new uniforms.
We both still young, so what's the rush?
Used to come to practice. Worthy used to actually come in our practices, which was weird because he never paid no attention to us. And she just ruined it.
One of the girls who actually wanted to do it, she actually ended up recording our conversation and sending it to the coach because she wanted to still do comp, but we all didn't want to do comp.
So then one of the babies was there, and we didn't see her as a fed. Like, you know, she was actually pretty cool. Like, I used to talk to her outside of cheer. We went to her house once. We left school one time to go to her house. It was really fun. We used to get ready like for games, like outside of cheer. She was actually pretty cool. But that day, she wasn't cool. So we're just talking about how tired we are. We just want to quit. Like, it's too overwhelming. And then all of a sudden she goes missing, but we didn't notice that she was missing because like we were talking about our own problems. Like, we had our own things going on. And she went missing, and whole time she was telling coach every single thing that we said.
And we all was just like, we're gonna just all go in there and tell her like we have something to talk about. I know one of the people I was close with at that time, she fell out on the floor actually. And yeah, and we all went in there like we were kind of nervous, and we told her, and we all just quit. And two of the girls didn't want to do it, and I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of laughing.
I think one of the babies was crying, and I just couldn't take it serious. Like, it was so stupid. So we get in there, everybody's like looking around. We're all like, literally, we were creeping in the cafeteria. Like, no lie, it was not even like we walked in there. Like, we were creeping in the cafeteria.
The coach was basically just like, do y'all still want to do like regular cheer? You just don't want to do comp? And we were just like, we kind of do, but we also didn't want to say like, yeah, because like we just quit your comp team. Like, you don't have a comp team no more.
Whole time, we probably wouldn't have even quitted, like, for real, because like, you know how you talk about quitting and like, oh, I'm not doing this, I'm gonna quit. Like we probably halfway wasn't even gonna do it. Like, it was still up in the air. But when we got in there, we didn't see no tables up, we didn't see no mats. We all we seen was the babies and coach, and they just had like this face, like looking all like sad. So we sat down, and she's like, so what's going on? And mind you, like, her baby already told her what happened, so like I don't even know why she's asking us what happened. So then, honestly, the next recollection is going to be what I heard from somebody else, because I put my head down and I went to sleep because it was just bad vibes. And I just can't be awake during bad vibes. So I heard that she was just talking about, like, if we want to still be on the team, like, if we're going to stop comp, are we going to stop game day as well? and like I guess she was being like passive aggressive and just like, you know, rude and all the things in which I knew that she was gonna be. So that's why I went to sleep.
And then we're just like, yeah, we still need to do game day though. And I was just like, I don't know, like, yeah, low key.
So I was like, now when I remember I being woke up, they're like tapping me. I'm like, why are they tapping me? So then I wake up, they're like, do you want to be on the team? Yes or no? And I'm like, yeah, I'll do game day, because mind you, I like the Samba Shake, I like my skirt, I like my gems, I like all of that. It was cute. So I still did that, and I don't even know why I did. Most of the girls quit after that because they know how like our coach acts like a brat, and I should have did that too. But I stayed, and she had literally stopped caring about us after that. She did not care about us at all. Like, we had a game, and mind you, you know, with cheer, like everything is supposed to be routine and formatted. So we had like positions that we had to be in, like a formation. And the formation was messed up because like 4 girls quit. So I go to her because, you know, I was a captain, but that's beyond my capabilities. I'm not supposed to be positioning people and all that. And I was like, so what is the new sidelines? She's like, whatever you guys want. From then I knew. And like that whole game, I heard she was talking about us, saying we need to sit down and, you know, just hating on us and stuff like that.
Yeah, that was I feel like that was really a core memory. And at one point we had raised money. We had went around the school, asked people, hey, do you want to buy like these, like we had this like raffle tickets kind of, and if you won, like you would like win a prize. I remember my dad actually won $5 from it. And so we did that around the school to raise money for new uniforms, and we had a lot of money saved up. And so when our coach would have us, like, you know, we could buy backpacks, like cheer backpacks, and like have our name written on it, and like personalized bows and personalized carry-on bags that we could use for cheer. And
we had raised like all this money for these bags, cheer palms, like just anything, and our money was missing. Like, we had no money.
We raised over thousands of dollars, and it was weird because one of the girls got her cheer bag, but we all didn't. So we all noticed that we weren't getting our stuff, so we had all talked to one of our administrators here, and
Worthy came up to me and he was like, where's all your money? And I was like, huh? Because I was confused, because we raised a bunch of money, and she stole all our money. It was gone. And part of that process was buying a cheer bag, and only like 2 people got their cheer bags. 3 actually, her babies got her cheer bags, but nobody else got their cheer bags to this day. Still robbed.
So we thought that was kind of weird. Something else had happened where there was a cheer group chat, and it just started getting really messy really fast. A lot of people were being removed from the group chat. There was a lot of stuff going on.
So from there, it just started falling apart, like, and then there started being internal beef, like team beef, with like the whole team versus the babies.
And the favoritism we didn't like, we removed some people out of the group chat. I think at one point, after we did that whole thing about the money thing, we got called to the office, and we had to like write our own statements and saw what we like thought about the situation and what actually happened. And I think the coach ended up quitting after that. So, but we were all like, cheer's life. Like, we still want to do cheer.
So then, like, she quit abruptly because they had like a meeting with all of us. Like, I just knew it was BS. Like, I walked in the room, like, they called the whole cheer team down because, you know, everybody was mad at the babies because it's like, why would you tell her what we said? Like, and they was just beefing with her. I remember this one time there was like this big crowd of us in the hallway. Like, I don't even know what was going on, but we was just like complaining about the babies, but there was no static. But we're in the office. I walk in, I immediately start laughing because that was hilarious.
So who's gonna be the coach? Because we don't have a coach at the moment. So we didn't care. We just set up our own cheer. We just kept doing cheer, like, but we just did it on our own. Like, we didn't have a coach. We made up our own new cheers, and it was weird. It was so funny because it wasn't funny, but it was just like so crazy because we had a game on Friday, and she quit before the game. We had a game against Putnam, and we always wanted to play against Putnam because I feel like Putnam and Central, like, the 2 rivals. So we always wanted to play against Putnam and like cheer for them and like do battles against the girls and stuff. So we just created our own, we just did our own thing. Like, we still met up after school as regular, and we still like practiced our cheers. We made new cheers, and we were going to take them to Putnam, but we were told we couldn't go. But we did try.
It was still fun. So after that, they tried to like just shut down the whole cheer thing. but we had our own secret meetings, like on the side. Like, I don't know, this is crazy. We had our own secret meeting in the caf, and we were just teaching a bunch of new cheers because, like, we told ourselves we're gonna still cheer at the Putnam game because that's what it was. And we were practicing our cheers, making up new cheers. We was in the new band with the babies' faces X'd out, everything. And then they told us officially that if we go, we're like suspended or something like that. And if we cheer, we still went to the game and we contemplated on cheering, but we didn't because it wasn't worth it. But we like was, you know, chanting out a little bit, but like not a lot, because if we did, we would get in trouble. Yeah, we used to have a band. Coach ended the band. Mind you, all our pictures, all our cheers, all
our coach would post updates about cheers, like what cheers we need to learn, what's coming up this week, what's coming up that week, what games we have. And so since we didn't have that anymore, we created our own band because we had our own cheer team now.
Our like everything was gone. Like, it was so bad. Like, so we created our own band because we're like, she's not gonna stop our team. And mind you, we had a Putnam game coming up, and Putnam was our rivalry, and like, we want to cheer at the Putnam game. Like, come on. So we had caught ourselves creating our own little cheer team.
We took a group picture before the coach quit, and someone crossed out two of the girls' faces or maybe three. Someone crossed out two of the girls' faces, and then we put it in the band ad. And we had our own little group without some of the girls. So at that point, we all had our own little group for cheer, and they didn't allow this. And like I said, drama was already spiraling within like some of the people who got kicked out of the group chat. So we were all just in our class one day, and we got like an announcement, like it was like Jaelle Dyer and come to the office, and and we had went to Reed's office, and he was like basically like, can you guys pull up like messages from the group chat? And I was like, no. He was like, whatever you guys say, like, it can be printed out and whatever, blah. So then we get another announcement. It's like, all cheerleaders come to the office, like, to the main office. So we all go in there. We're all just sitting there. We're all trying not to laugh. They were just addressing, like, they were like, so who crossed the girls' faces out? And we're all just like, we don't know.
And the baby was in the meeting. She was like, oh, yeah, and which one of you guys X'd out my face from the band? And we were like, I don't know who X'd out Tiffany from the band. Mind you, we knew who did it. But we were like, I don't know, like, and then they were like, how was the band created? And we were like, it was like, you go, like, I don't even know, because coach takes care of all of that. And like, I was like, I think you, like, I'm really not sure. Like, we was just acting, like, we were all W mans, like, I can't lie. So after that meeting happened and they got no answers from us, they tried to ban me and like 4 other girls from the band. Mind you, I was not even the one trolling, mind you. Like, I was just there during all of this, and I got banned from the game. And we were like, what the, mind you, it was like senior night. Like, we wanted to go, like, it was a move, something for us to do. And we were like, well, we're still going. So I'm in the office arguing with Worthy and Reed and Tokarts about this nonsense. And ultimately, we got them to say we could come with a parent. We didn't come with a parent.
And, like, they just had, like, this whole talk with us about, like, quitting comp. And some things were revealed in there that will haunt me forever.
During the meeting, they dropped all the lore in the dirt. Because, mind you, like, I'm not really in the central crowd of people who, like, you know, be outside, talk about people, like, be around all that stuff. So I wouldn't essentially know what somebody's doing unless they're telling me what they're doing. So they dropped the lore about one of the babies, and it was crazy. I think Jaelle started crying, actually. She started crying.
One of me and Julie's closest friends in the cheer group, some things were revealed about her, and we couldn't believe it.
And I was just there with my mouth open. Like, I felt like I was in a fever dream after they told me, like, what the baby be doing. Like, it was so baffling because of how she portrayed herself, like, as, you know, quiet. Went to her house, nice parents, nice house, respectable. Like, it doesn't seem like she could just do whatever she wants and, you know, it wouldn't be no problem. But she lived a double life.
Like, this information really scared us. And we were just never the same after that. Because it's like, you know, like, you're just hanging out with a fraud. for so long.
After that, I couldn't be friends with her no more, because it's like, it's one thing if you tell me what you do and I know, so I'm like, okay, well, I chose to be friends with somebody like that, but you didn't tell me and you deceived me, and then what you did on top of that,
it becomes scary when like you realize the truth.
I was flabbergasted. I think perplexed. I don't know if there's a stronger word for that, but there should be. I never spoke to her again after that. If y'all knew, if only y'all knew, like, y'all really, really knew, y'all wouldn't believe it. That lure was deep. And just like the whole cheer season was just like a fever dream. Like, it would be so much drama, so much like backstabbing,
but yeah,
so much like,
yeah.
Like, you just really had to be there to understand.
Joy, get up, please.
Anyway, moving on from that, sophomore year, I also joined track. I tried javelin. I was just there. I just wanted to try something new. So I did javelin. I tried pretty much every station. I just wanted to try something new. Pretty much that's it. I remember I did not come when I went to practice. A lot of people didn't come to practice, so we had like a meet, and our coach, she was like, if you weren't here, like, raise your hand. Cause I'm thinking if we weren't here and told us to raise our hand, we weren't gonna like run today. I was like, cool, I'll just watch the meet. So I raised my hand, like, really, like, I raised my hand, loud and proud. And he was like, okay, all you guys raise your hand, they're gonna be running the 400. We were like, what? So that's the first day I ever ran the 400. When I first joined track, I didn't even know like about the heats. So there's like first heat, second heat, third heat, and I went in like the third heat. That's like top 3 fast people. I didn't know that. So I ran in that heat and I completely lost. But that was my first time. So it was fine. And yeah, this year was just really like eventful. Like a lot went on this year. I think that's really it for sophomore year though. I would say overall it was a really fun year. I experienced a lot of fun things, many tragedies, many devastations. Much fun though. It was really fun. Kind of chaotic, but chaotic fun. Met new friends, stayed with some friends, lost a lot of friends, cut off a lot of friends. Yeah, so that year was pretty fun. That was the best year though. And yeah, this year I feel like was the most eventful. I can't even really sum it up. Like, just think chaos. It was like fun chaos though. So yeah, that was my sophomore year. Okay, now entering my 11th grade junior year. There's not much to say about this year. This year is really boring. Just like kind of realizing that, hey, I'm going to college in like 2 years, pretty much next year. So I was just kind of, I wouldn't say preparing for it. I think over the summer I mostly prepared for it, but it was just like, you know, coming to terms that like I'm almost done. It was kind of the most boring year. I had still AP classes. I had AP classes my whole year, but this year I had like a lot more AP classes. Like it was like more advanced AP classes. So I remember a specific class that really tore me up was AP History. I think I went from AP History in sophomore year to AP World History in junior year, and that tore me up. Me and my friends, that class was a lot. Shout out to Rice, honestly. Yeah, there's not much to say about this. This is like, I feel like this is my most really boringest year, especially because the people that I wouldn't say we're friends with, but that me and Jolie associated with the year before left. So people we associated with the year before left, and it just wasn't like fun anymore because the people we would be with were gone. So this year was kind of just like survival like mode, like just living life because I didn't even want to be there. So this year, unlike the rest, I did cheer, made the team. But this year we had different coaches. It was me and Jolie originally weren't going to try out because we did hear that there was new coaches and we didn't know how that would be. So we did still try out though because some of the people who were on last year wanted to try out, especially we were like, okay, they're about to leave, so let me just try out and be on the team with them for their last year here. Tried out, we made it on comp team and we just made it on varsity. So we were just like, we don't know if we want to do comp though because we have a lot going on. I was trying to get a job at this time. So we just, in the comp, we already quit comp for a reason last time because it was just like so draining and a lot of work, and it was junior year, and like I said, AP History, World History was tearing me up. AP Lang was tearing me up, so I couldn't be tore up from after school stuff either. So I was like, we were just like, okay, we're gonna just do game day cheer, which is like cheer, you just do like the regular practice, like 2 to 4. And then you just do like at the games pretty much. AP Lang was tearing me up, so I couldn't be tore up from after school stuff either. So I was like, we were just like, okay, we're gonna just do game day cheer, which is like cheer you just do like the regular practice, like 2 to 4, and then you just do like at the games pretty much. Around this time, I just was so done with school. Like, I didn't even go to any football games. I stopped. Yeah, I think I went to 2 football games that year. I stopped going after sophomore year, really. I was just really done. I didn't want to partake in anything. I just didn't want to do anything. So we had signed up and we did game day. Now that we're on game day, and it was just kind of I wasn't really feeling it. While we were practicing, I did tell Julie, like, hey, I think I might leave, like, the second day of practice. First day of practice, we were all just, like, you know, doing stuff. And I feel like because, like, the game day girls, I feel like they did auditions, like, to be nice. I feel like they didn't, like, do auditions to put, like, the baddest, the best people on the floor, like our old coach did. So I feel like it was, like, more, like, a lot of people that were just there to just, like, be in, like, in my opinion, I just think it was just more people wanted to just be like the aesthetic of it all, not really there because they like cheer. So we were practicing like some new cheers and stuff, and because the new coaches, like, they were more so like we were practicing new cheers and they were more so like they wanted to do like preppy cheers. So my last coach, we would do like more stomp and shake, and it took us a long time to convince her to let us do stomp and shake cheers. She did not like those really. She wanted to do preppy cheers as well. And honestly, I feel like our school is like mostly Black and Hispanic, so I just feel like we should cater to what our school likes, and they like stomp and shake. And the year before, sophomore year, like, everyone loved it. Like, the football players liked it, the basketball players liked it. Like, they would like actually sing our cheers because they were actually catchy and good. But because of now, if they're like just like I'm not saying you don't need to like traditional cheer, but I just feel like traditional cheer is like you throw it in here and there, but I don't feel like the whole thing needs to be traditional. And like half the team, well, most of the team wanted it. It was only like 2 people that didn't want it, and those 2 people were coach's favorites. So because they wanted it, we had to make traditional cheers. Whatever. So these coaches were more like that as well. They like traditional cheers. Like they did some stomp and shake, but even then, like, there's like a certain tone you have to have when you do certain cheers. It's like very deep. You can't like be high pitched or you don't know what we're saying. So they were like more high pitched type coaches. I wanted just like higher pitched voices, and I wasn't really feeling that, and I also wasn't really feeling the vibes of the new people and coaches. So after the first day, I was like, I think I might leave like tomorrow. Honestly, I was like, I'll give it one more day, and I think I might leave. I was just trying to feel it out.
But Central Cheer after that, I just went on a downfall. I remember we actually tried to join the cheer team again. This was maybe like a year after this had happened. We didn't join football season because we're like, you know, it was like new people. Like, we don't really like new people like that. So it was really just a hard transition for us. And we joined, and we lasted, I think it was 3 days? 2 days. We lasted 2 days because, like, the coaches acted like they were your friends. Like, comp team would literally just be loitering in our practices, talking, like, just doing anything. Like, it was just so unwelcoming. During our practices, the coaches would literally be mad, like, frustrated and like, all grumpy and stuff. But during the comp practices, they would be, like, all happy and giddy and, like, oh, fun, and, like, everything was sweet. So we was, like, we didn't really rock with that because what are you doing? And then, like, the comp team was just not it.
The second day of practice, like, I just noticed that the coaches were kind of treating like the game day girls differently than the comp girls. They're a little bit like more harsh with the game day girls, but also like less harsh in terms of like conditioning. Like, I remember when we went down to game day, our condition was just running around a mat 4 times, and then the comp girls did like actual workouts. I didn't really like the difference between the two. So we were about to start stunting, and I told Julie, I was like, hey, I'm probably about to leave now, because once you start stunting, I feel like it's like just consider it to leave at that moment, because once you do like put stunting groups together, like, you can't really leave after that. So I was like, before we do stunting, I pulled the coach aside. I was like, hey, like, I don't think I'm going to be continuing. I think there's like a distinct difference between how the game day girls are treated and how the comp girl days are treated. And it was just very different from what I was used to with my old coach. This other day was like really different, and I wasn't really liking it. It didn't feel like a strong, like, I don't want to say a professional team, but it just didn't feel, I just wasn't used to how they were doing it. So I didn't really like it.
It was not it. And like, they could not stomp and shake. So if you can't stop and shake, then I'm about to shake and dip because I don't want to do traditional cheer. I'm sorry. So then just watching the whole cheer season unfold, it was so bad. Like, they were off key, they had no rhythm, they're not together, they're not loud. I remember seeing them at Hoopah, and literally the people behind me were like, can they shut up? And that just speaks volume as to the cheer team. And Putnam ate so bad. Like, they were stomping and shaking. They had traditional cheers. They were loud, mind you. They had 15 girls. We probably had like 25 girls. They were louder than us. And we were giving Putnam their flowers. So it's not even like we're hating, like, oh, because we're not on the team, like, da-da-da. But, like, genuinely, the people behind us was even like, shut up. So, like, that's how you know it just wasn't even us. It just sounded screechy, boring.
And a lot more people would join, and it was kind of, the group of people that joined it was kind of getting a little bit groupy, so I had to leave. So after I left, I told Jolie, like, hey, I'm leaving, so if you want to come with me, you can. So she just kind of stood with me while I told her why I was leaving, and then we both left. So then after that, we lost friends after that, because the people who wanted us to join, they were mad that we left, and they thought that Jolie was the one who left, and that I just followed after her, which was actually not true. I'm that one who actually was going to leave, and then I told Jolie that you can come with me, and Jolie didn't care whether we stayed or went. So, because we honestly didn't want to do it in the first place, we were doing it for our friends, but there's a point when you just do stuff for your friends and stuff that you actually want to do. We didn't like genuinely want to do it in our hearts.
And then they try to say that I was the reason Jaelle left the team. Whole time Jaelle was the reason I left the team. Like, what are you talking about? Because all the true love was gone, so we quit, and we made a TikTok in the hallway. Oh yeah, and they called us losers. We're losers because we didn't want to be on your crappy team. Honestly, if the team was good, then we would have been on it. Like, no funny stuff, genuinely would have been on it if it was good. Like, if y'all were bad, the baddest in town, they weren't the baddest in town no more. Like, and we can't just be a part of a team that's just not the baddest in town, because that's embarrassing. So it's like, we're going to be cheering looking stupid, and they're like, oh, this is the team they're on, this is what they're doing. Like, no, like, I wasn't proud to be in the cheer uniform, and they just put anybody on the team, like, anybody. They were genuinely putting anybody on, anything walking was on the cheer team. So I just couldn't support that, because, like, our old coach, it was like the Hunger Games to get on her team. Like, it was so bad. Like, any extra practices that she threw, it wasn't mandatory, but it was mandatory if you wanted to, like, you know, be one of the baddest heifers on the floor. And it was like the Hunger Games. Like, even I remember we used to have to fight for a spot. There was no, oh, okay, you could go here. I remember, like, my first year on the cheer team, there was like 3 spots up for grab. And she said we had to literally battle it out, like, Bring It style. She would, like, replay the music over and over and over again. And then we did this dance so much. We did this dance probably like 3 years ago. I can still do the exact dance bar for bar. That's how much we did it. Because, like, it was like the Hunger Games. Like, we had to want it. We had to want to be there. One time she had, like, I want to say it was probably about 50 girls trying out. She led on the team 3 or 4 new girls. Like, hungry and eager you had to be to, like, move up on her team. Like, even I didn't even start off on varsity. I started off on JV. Like, we had to, like, but even being on JV was, like, your step inside the door. And from there, you still had to work. Like, you couldn't go there and just be like, oh, I'm at cheer practice. Let me take a picture. They'd be playing in there and all that. We used to leave with bruises on our thighs. That's how hard we were going. Because, like, when we would clean, we would, like, slap the out of ourselves because it was that serious. Like, you had to want it. And now it's just like, it's a club. So we just couldn't be a part of a club anymore. And yeah, that was the lore. The crazy thing is there's probably more lore, but the lore is so heavy that that's only the lore that you could just remember off the top of your head. Like, it was actively stuff happening every single day. Like, yeah. Good luck, Charlie.
So, yeah, we left after that, and I can't really say anything else about cheer or anything else that happened that year, because that year, like I said, was boring. I think we did have a pep rally still, but I think that was the only fun thing we did that year. Like, I feel like Central just went, like, really, like, it just keeps getting less fun over the years. So after that, me and Joey did tennis, and yeah, tennis was pretty fun. We were actually pretty good at it. Yeah, that's all I can really say about that. It was a good time. We were on varsity, and it was something cool to do. So yeah, that was my junior year. Okay, so the last year is obviously senior year, which I'm still doing right now, but it's about to be done within like 2 weeks. So this year, they said senior year was gonna be easy, and I wholeheartedly disagree with that. This is like my most hardest year, especially because last year they would prep us for college, but they wouldn't really tell us like the stuff to do really. So it would just be like, hey, like, you know, we have to do this stuff next year like for college, but they wouldn't say exactly like what to do for it. So this year they're all telling us information, so it's all coming like really quickly, I felt like, and then trying to just get stuff done, like, and then still juggle work. I would say the classes this year are more light though, because I said, like, you know, for my senior year, it's my last year, I'm not doing any AP classes, so my only AP class I have this year is AP English. But yeah, this year is really light. It is light, but because, like, you know, you're about to be done, you don't want to be here. So I would feel like senioritis is a big thing. I thought junior year, like, I was gonna be fine. Like, I'm okay with coming to school. Like, school is not like a bother. But I've never missed so many days in my life. And yeah, senioritis is so real. Like, you may not think it, like, I thought it wasn't real. Like, it's really real. There's not much to say about this year. Just trying to get Common App done, figure out what college I want to go to. I am right now committed to going to Western New England, and next year I will be transferring to North Carolina Central University. But I am grateful that I get to stay here for 1 more year, just so I can save up on more money and, you know, just have more time to get a car and stuff like that. Yeah, this year I was honestly just working the whole time. I just now left my other job, but I've been pretty much working the whole year. There's not really much to say about this year either. Like I said, these 2 years are the most like boring years. Like, I didn't do any sports this year either. It was strictly just work. Yeah, I'm just ready to be done at this point, and pretty much it. I'm just working on big girl things now, trying to get a good job right now, car. So yeah, this year I feel like we did partake in a little bit more activities, just because, like, we're like seniors and we're leaving. So I feel like we did do a little bit more stuff. Like, I think we had like a pink day or something like that. We had senior sunset, and we had like ice skating thing. Like, I feel like we definitely did have more events than we did last year, especially because we're seniors. So that's one good benefit. Other than that though, it has not been easy, but I'm almost done. So alright, so those are my 4 years wrapped up together. I thought that would be a good, like, little documentary to do, just based on my life here and my journey at Central High School. There's been a lot of ups and downs, but overall it's really shaped who I am today. And yeah, I really hope, I can't wait to see what I'm going to do in the future. But would I recommend this school? I don't know. But it was nice being here for the time being. So yeah, thank you for watching my video, or my story, I guess I would say, and I'm signing out.